Mr. Young, you didn't fill in your address?
99 Carroll Avenue, Bridgeport, Connecticut. First of all, again, as I said before, I come to the council not just because of me wanting to be heard, but I come to the council to say to our elected officials who promise to represent the public interest. And it troubles me that Councilman Baker had promised me last month at the last month's meeting that he was going to recommend that my matter be looked into as it relates to my medical benefits being denied me. You know, as an ex-city employee for 27 and a half years who never had an attendance problem, who was never warned or written up, it's a shame and a disgrace that I can't get my council members to honor what they said they would do, which is to look into this allegation about my benefits being denied me. If you notice on your desk, I left a copy of this information on your desk that was filed by my union in 2006. And here it is some 7 years later, and I still haven't got my medical benefits honored as it should have been. And that's why I said to Baker, would you please recommend that they be looked into? And Councilman Owens likewise said if Baker would endorse it, he would likewise consider going along with it as well by asking that it be looked into. I'm not asking for no special favors. I'm only asking to get justice as a taxpayer and as an ex-city employee with the city for 27 and a half years. And it troubles me that for some reason or another, Mr. Baker got up just before my matter was discussed, and I thought he was going out and coming back, but he left. And it troubled me that I hoped that he wasn't trying to avoid what he said he would do, because he promised me he would do that. Your word is your bond, and that's what I'm hoping that he would honor still. You know, Mr. McCarthy, and I say to the council members, I have a great amount of respect for y'all to a great degree in terms of as individuals who are trying to represent the city. And it troubles me by me not being able to get the same kind of respect from you. And all I say to you before is that I put on each one of you desks a copy of my medical benefits being denied 2 weeks after I was terminated. Okay, the union filed a legal grievance. You have that. I've been giving that to you for the last 7 years, and that's why I keep on coming back. And I would hope to God that they will look into that and do something about that as well. I also wanted to talk about Mr. Holloway. Holloway talked about the NACP, saying that the NACP last week in the Connecticut Post said that he was not a member of the NACP because he felt like they were non-appliance in terms of representing the people that they're supposed to represent. And it troubles me to hear him say such a thing, knowing good and well that he likewise seen the officer at Beardsley Park and what he did in terms of that individual who was stomped on, in terms of him being stomped on. Whether it was right or whether it was wrong, you would wonder why he didn't say nothing as an elected official. What is he there for? If he's not going to respond to his constituents and respond to our needs, he needs to likewise step down. And it troubles me when you look at Dr. King, look at all of those civil rights leaders who stood up for people like yourself, most of them wouldn't be in the position they're in if it wasn't for people sacrificing their life. And I've been doing this for the last 49 years. And it troubles me as a taxpayer, as a public servant, that I can't get this council to honor this matter. And that's why I said to you, Mr. McCarthy, and I know it troubles you when I say that, but what would you do, Mr. McCarthy, if you was being treated like a nigger? You would be upset.
Mr. Young, do not use that word, please. Do not use that word. Thank you.
I understand that you don't want to hear that, Mr. McCarthy, but all I say to you is that, what would you do? I've come to you with documentation proving that I deserve to be treated with respect and dignity. I should not be pushed off like I'm a not nobody. I'm a taxpayer. I'm a homeowner. I'm an ex-city employee for 27 and a half years. And to have me come before these elected officials who look like you and me, it troubles me that ain't a one of them would come forward and say, let's look into these allegations. What do I got to do to get y'all's attention? I came in here with a shovel, so-called to use. I'm going to dig up the nigger word because I know that the nigger word you don't want to hear.
Mr. Young, do not use that word, please. Thank you.
Mr. McCarthy, I don't want to use that word. I hate to use that word. But Mr. McCarthy, can I get you to respond to my issues? Could I get the council members to respond to my issues? I'm not calling you a racist. I'm not calling the council members a racist because the majority of y'all are black, Puerto Rican, and white as well. So it's not about me trying to make it look like you's a racist. But I'm saying if you're being treated like a nigger, what would you do? What would you do?
Mr. Young, do not use that word.
I have to use that word until I can. Are you going to respond to my issue?
No, you do not.
Are you going to respond to my issue? Because, again, I come here as a taxpayer saying, don't do me no favors. Give me the justice that I deserve as an American. Because when you get through, after we get through speaking, you're going to pledge allegiance to that flag to honor everybody and to say that we all have been created equal to get the same kind of justice. But yet and still, I've given each one of you documentation in black and white showing you that me and my family should not be suffering because this combo refused to want to honor what the NAID unit contract said you should honor. And that's why I say that. And again, like I said before, I don't want to use those words, Tom. I mean, I have a great amount of respect for y'all, and I don't believe in using the nigger word unless I have to. But I use it because I want to get your attention. Do I have your attention? Will you look into these allegations, Mr. McCarthy?
Thank you, Mr. Young. Your time is up.
My time is up.
Yes, thank you.
I'll be back next month with part 2. Thank you much.
Thank you.